Welcome to segment 4 of Leaders in the Midst, Wise Self-Leadership in a Scrambled World. Segment 4 is simply this challenge to an encouragement for you to do your dance. What is the dance of life? Well, in this particular deep dive, for us, the dance of life is the dance between engagement and disengagement. And we're encouraging you to think about what it means to most wisely engage with what's before you for your work in the world. But also to think about this matter of disengagement. What does wise disengagement look like for you? Now, in terms of wise engagement, we have another deep dive that's in the Crest Academy entitled Getting Things Done While Still Having a Life. It deals with the whole area of how can I best engage my work in the world, my life in the world? How can I think about what my week is about, my month's about, my year's about? What is my life about? Values, your purpose, your focus. Because wise engagement is very important. Paul says that we're to do our work heartily as for the Lord. We're also to do all that we do for the glory of God. There is a doing dimension. There is a work dimension that is very important. That's our engagement. That's our service in the world. But we're also to be people who wisely disengage. So we want to encourage you to think good energy expenditure, but also good energy recovery. In Crest, one of the books that we cover and talk about is The Power of Engagement by Lauer and Schwartz. And in this book, they talk about the fact that elite athletes will tell you that their training and their preparation for champion level and Olympic and world level kind of competitions is that they know that it's not about energy, workout, train. They know that if they're going to be world-class athletes, they must work out and train and exercise, and they must practice, but they also must recover. They also must allow their bodies to replenish. They must allow their physiology to recover. And in that, to be able to take what life-giving, the life-giving nature of who we are provides for us when we take time to rest and refresh and renew and recover. So this is doing the dance. If we're to live well in the midst, we have to stop and ask the question, how am I doing, particularly with my energy recovery? But also ask, what am I doing with my energy expenditure? Is it being done wisely? And am I, not working harder, but working smarter? That little phrase and saying is something we throw out there, but it's so true. In energy expenditure, always aim to work smarter, not work harder. But for a lot of us, energy recovery is a dilemma because we do not have a culture that really, in a good way, encourages us to tend to this matter of energy recovery. I referred earlier to the fact that Jesus in his ministry modeled for his disciples this matter of being engaged on the front line of ministry, but then as well getting away to a garden, getting away to a mountain, getting away and getting in the boat and crossing over the sea and getting to some quiet place. Jesus modeled this rhythm of service in the world. He labored to the point of weariness, but he also took time with his disciples to get away and recover. This issue of our work life is where many times in our family life where we expend energy, there's also a need for us to have the kind of front porch where we in some way replenish and recover and renew. So wisely engage and wisely disengage. That is the element of this particular segment. Think about what it is that you are doing these days to do that. And this is a quote from Lauer and Schwartz. We live in a world that celebrates work and activity, ignores renewal and recovery, and fails to recognize that both are necessary for sustained performance. So we're simply prompting you in this part of the deep dive to think about, how are you doing the dance? Are you burning the midnight oil? Are you burning the candle at both ends? That may be energy expenditure, but it may not be wise energy expenditure. And are you taking time to renew and replenish and refresh? Within the MCL, we talk about this matter of reclaiming the front porch. And whatever the front porch might be for you, that is your place of slowing. That is your place of savoring. That is your place of getting clarity. That is your place of renewing and refreshing. That is your place where the speed of your own heart perhaps better meshes with the speed of life and speed of relationship. It is slower, but we need this energy recovery. So to do great work, Samuel Butler said, a person must be very idle as well as very industrious. We just simply need to think about wise idle time, and as well wise industrious time. And in this way, I think we navigate more effectively in a world that is a scrambled world. I know some of you are asking, what is the scrambled world? I'm going to get to that in our final segment, which is a couple down the road. But we need to be people who are wisely idle and wisely industrious. So what is your note to self about this issue of doing your dance? Do a little bit of a assessment of where you're at and how it is that perhaps maybe you're tilted more to, there's a lot of energy recovery or energy expenditure, and your energy recovery is really dropping into bed at night exhausted, hoping to get some sleep so that you can get up in the morning and get back to the fray. If that is the case, do some real honest assessment and ask yourself, is that a healthy way to live? And think about maybe some action steps that you can take in the other note pages to think about how you can discover some more wise energy recovery. One of our hopes is that down the road, we've already taken a deep dive in the Academy on getting things done while still having a life. We're thinking of doing another deep dive on the other end of that, and that is, what really is wise energy recovery? What is wise disengagement? And we feel drawn to that because most people in our modern world think they are wisely disengaging from their work life and their service in the world, when actually they're not doing it wisely. It isn't recovery. It isn't renewal. And so we're going to look at that at some point down the road. In the next dimension, we're going to just briefly touch in on checking your gauges, and this will be segment 5. So we'll see you in the next segment, segment 5.